Today we are talking about how fixing low stomach acid can improve your thyroid disease. So this is actually a warning for all of you because low stomach acid is very common in thyroid disease. So if you are feeling not well, if you are feeling bloated, constipated or constantly tired, and you are thinking about jumping into another medication, stop for a second because all it can take is one simple solution called balancing your stomach acid levels. But let us explain it better for you, and let us explain why stomach acid is so important in thyroid disease. So there are actually two key benefits. The first one is absorption and the second one is protection. But to explain it more in details, it's important for the absorption of key nutrients such as iron, vitamin B12 or vitamin D. It also helps with protein digestion. It gives you protection against bacteria because it helps knock out bad or dangerous bacteria in your stomach. It protects against leaky gut and candida, and also it helps with skin health. So on the other hand, if you suffer from low stomach acid, what happens is that absorption of nutrients is reduced. You can find yourself with non-optimal or low levels of iron, vitamin B12, vitamin D and more. You stop having protection against bacteria. So you go to your doctor because you feel sick, you feel bloated, you feel tired, and many often you also have this unpleasant feeling of heartburn. It's one of the symptoms of actually low stomach acid, and what happens is that you have relaxation of esophageal sphincter, so the sphincter between esophagus and your stomach, as you can see, the arrow indicates where is the sphincter, so you can just imagine that the acid goes up from stomach to your esophagus, and it gives you this unpleasant feeling of heartburn. And there are two remedies for this. The left hand side is the conventional remedy, the right hand side is actually natural remedy. So on the left we can see that we can usually lower the acid, so we can lower the symptom, which is heartburn, with medication. And these medications are usually anti-acid medications, like for example proton pump inhibitors, and what they do is they just reduce the acid in your stomach, so they actually reduce the acid from going up to your esophagus. It just reduces the symptom. And on the right hand side we can see that we can actually fix the acid production. And let us explain why is it better, and we are going to start by giving you the description of what are the problems with anti-acid medications. So as we can see, there's actually 65% of risk of decreased magnesium absorption, decreased vitamin B12 absorption, and you can also develop acrolohydria, which is absence of hydrochloric acid in gastric secretions. So the medication that should actually help us, it's supposed to be helping us with the acid, it can actually give us much lower acid production and eventually cause absence of hydrochloric acid secretions. So the question is, do you think that absence of hydrochloric acid secretions is something healthy for us, concerning these many benefits of hydrochloric acid? Of course not, right? Of course it's unhealthy, and it actually gives you the medication can give you the same problem as you previously had, right? Like the side effect is the same. So let us explain you, here is what you can do instead, right? So you can add to your diet 3 supplements, betaine, HCl, apple cider vinegar before each meal, and you can also add the herb called Swedish bitters. And these 3 things will acidify your stomach, will increase your hydrochloric acid secretion, and will fix the levels of your hydrochloric acid. And in this way you will absorb the nutrients more effectively, and this absorption of the nutrients will help you with the thyroid disease symptoms because your absorption is greater. It will also help you with the protection against the pathogens, which are many often triggers of thyroid disease. So for example, it will help you to protect you against H. pylori. It will help you from developing SIBO or leaky gut and many other, GI conditions that tend to be triggers of thyroid disease. So hopefully this video is helpful for you, and if you have any questions, comment below.